Yes.
You know, and I try
and if
to
you could get out of that, then what else
Yes.
can you accomplish?
Yes,
Absolutely.
and so not just acting because of a reaction, but actually stepping back
Yeah.
and being able to observe the bigger picture.
Like if someone wants to achieve something, if they're not doing anything right now, or they have a goal, but I don't know how to reach that goal, or they've been trying for 2 or 3 years and I don't have the right context, I don't have the money, so they're struggling. They don't have a job.
I don't think creating a business or creating success really depends. And I always say this, and people go, huh? Because this is a limiting paradigm. But I look at it in a different perspective, and I don't think it has to do with age. I don't think it has to do with how much money you have. I don't think it has to do with any of that. Your sex, your height, I really don't. I don't think it has to do with any of that. I really think that, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. One bite at a time. And that, first off, people don't dream big enough. So the first thing I always tell them is, make the dream larger than life. If it's going to be a widgets business, then make the dream the biggest widgets business in the world. This is the international supplier. If it's going to be an orphanage, then maybe it's an international organization, like in your mind, because that doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
That's just time for somebody to write it down and look at, this is my big vision, like I'm afraid to tell people because people think I'm crazy, right? The bigger the better. And then backtrack that vision and go, okay, here's the vision. What would this international orphanage or Feed the Children organization, right, look like? Then backtrack it. So many people start at point A. I'm like, start at the end and start going backwards. What would it have? It would have 100 offices all over the world. And what would that need? That would need this policies and structures. What would that need? And start backtracking it all the way back. Because one of the things that you'll get is you'll get a clear perspective of what you need to do and what the next purpose is. So that's one of the things that I do.
So they'll know what to do, how they got that.
Absolutely.
So they vision, what did that take? Oh, I had to do these steps. Oh, to get there,
and then you have people that are doing a 9 to 5, and they go, well, how is that possible for me to do that doing a 9 to 5? Well, it might mean you wake up an hour early. It does take dedication. It might mean that on your Saturday, for 4 hours on your Saturday, that's what you do. And so it's eating that elephant one bite at a time.
Yes.
And knowing, okay, so this 9 to 5 is holding me right now. It's putting food on the table. I always tell people, don't just walk away and be a lemming and jump off the edge of the cliff, and go, how am I going to feed myself tomorrow or my kids? That's not what we're talking about. But we are talking about a structured transition. And so many people, one, they see the vision as unattainable, so they back off. And they see all the obstacles. The other type of people will go into trying to plow through things, which you can't see everything. If your nose is to the grindstone and all I'm doing is looking at the ABCs of the money, the ABCs of everything, I'm losing the vision. And so that's another place people go. And then another place they go is they'll get about 5 or 6 steps into it. I've met so many people that they write down what they want and they get the vision and they'll do like 5 steps towards it and then they stop. It's almost like because we're creatures of habit, we go back to habit versus us running our habits. And I think that follow through is huge, really huge. And going, about every 3 months, I look at how my life is running. I look at what's on my plate. Is it my daughter's going to college, which she is very soon? Is it I'm starting a new business? I just did with the studio. Is it that I have a new relationship and I need to make time, or whatever it is that's going on in my life right now, because we're like this ebb and flow, right, as things go on. And then I adjust my life accordingly. And I think that we don't do that enough. A lot of people don't check in with what am I working on right now? Okay, so I'm doing this 9 to 5 and whatever, I got 3 kids and whatever my scenario is, and I want to transition to something else, then I've got to make the allotment for the transition and run it and stick with it.